My name is Monica. I am 23 years old. I live in a big city now. I used to be in college, but I did not enjoy it. The assignments were too difficult, and I felt bored every single day. So I decided to drop out of college. My parents were furious about my decision. They wanted me to finish my degree and start a successful career. They told me, "We will not give you money anymore." This meant I had to pay for my own apartment and my own food. I felt worried because I did not have much savings. I felt very lonely in the big city. I needed a job, but I did not want one that was difficult. I wanted my life to be easy. I thought, why should I work hard when I am beautiful? Hard work requires many years of studying and stress. I did not want stress. I wanted designer clothes, a huge house, and luxury cars. I decided to use my beauty to find a rich husband. I thought a wealthy man could give me the easy lifestyle I dreamed of. I needed money quickly, so I found a simple job at a prestigious, expensive hotel. I stood behind the front desk every day. I had to smile and greet the guests warmly. I watched the people who entered the hotel carefully. They were all very wealthy. Most of the guests were young businessmen, but one man was different. He visited the hotel often. He was older, perhaps 60 years old. He always wore a tailored dark suit and had a gold watch on his wrist. His car was long and black. This man was truly rich. I did not care that he was old. I only cared about his money and the future he could offer me. One afternoon, the rich man walked toward the front desk. He did not look at the computer or the lobby. He looked only at me. This was my big opportunity. I stood up straight and fixed my hair. I wanted him to notice my beauty. I knew he was interested in me. I had read about men like him. They liked pretty young women, and they enjoyed spending money on them. The rich man's name was Robert. He leaned closer to the front desk and said, "You are very lovely." I smiled and began to flirt with him immediately. I told him, "I only like men who are strong, intelligent, and successful in business." Robert did not say much, but he kept staring at my face. He reached into his coat pocket and pulled out a white business card. The card had his name and private phone number on it. He placed the card on the desk and whispered, "Come to my house tonight. I want to get to know you better." My heart beat fast. I felt excited, but also a little strange. I did not feel any love for Robert, but I thought about his bank account. I picked up the card and said, "Yes, I will certainly come to your house tonight." I went to Robert's mansion that evening. It was massive. Every room was filled with expensive art and furniture. Robert smiled at me and offered me a drink. I said yes and sat on the sofa, admiring the luxury around me. Robert returned with 2 drinks. He sat very close to me. He picked up a small velvet box from the table and opened it. Inside was a shining silver necklace. "This is for you, Monica," Robert said. I felt delighted. I put the necklace around my neck and said, "Thank you, Robert. I feel like a very wealthy woman." Later, Robert kissed me. When he touched me, I felt uncomfortable. His skin felt old and dry. However, I closed my eyes and focused only on the expensive gift. I spent the night with him. He told me that he made me feel young again, but I did not care about his feelings. The next morning, I woke up in the master bedroom. I did not want to go back to my small job at the hotel. I thought, I must stay here. I will be Robert's wife. Then this house and money will be mine forever. I walked over to Robert and said, "Robert, I want to talk about us." He looked at me curiously. "I want to be your woman," I said confidently. "I do not want to leave this house. I want to be your wife and stay with you always." Suddenly, Robert began to laugh. He laughed loudly, as if I had told a funny joke. I felt confused. Why is he laughing at me? Robert stopped laughing and looked at me with cold, hard eyes. "Monica," he said, "you are a very pretty girl, but you must not dream so big. You must understand your place. You were a fun guest for one night. That is all." I felt humiliated. His words cut me deep. He never saw me as a future wife. He only saw me as a temporary toy. I felt used. I felt foolish for thinking I could trick a smart, rich man like Robert. My eyes filled with tears as I left his big house. I touched the silver necklace around my neck. Yesterday, it felt special. Now it felt cheap. It felt like payment for a mistake. I had no job, no support from my parents, and no rich boyfriend. I felt incredibly alone. I realized I needed my family. I went to my parents' house and rang the doorbell. I was terrified they would still be angry. I was afraid they would turn me away. My mother opened the door. She looked shocked to see me. My father stood behind her, his face serious. They did not smile. I looked at them, crying. "I am so sorry," I said. "I made a huge mistake. I left college because I was lazy. I hurt you because I chased an easy life." My father said sternly, "We told you that you must work hard, Monica." "I know, Father," I replied. "I did not listen to you then, but I understand now. The easy life is a trap. It made me feel sad and worthless. Please, I want one more chance. I want to go back to college. I want to finish what I started." My mother looked at my father. Slowly, she put her arms around me and hugged me tight. My father sighed and said, "We will help you, but this is your last chance. You must promise to be serious this time." I nodded quickly. "I promise I will study every day. I will never look for shortcuts again." They let me inside. The house felt safe and warm. I returned to college. It was difficult at first because I had missed many weeks of lessons. I had to work harder than ever before. My parents helped pay for my books, and I paid them back with good grades and better behavior. I stopped trying to look pretty for strangers. I focused only on my textbooks. Sometimes I remembered Robert. I remembered his mansion and his cars, but I also remembered his cruel laugh. The silver necklace he gave me is now in a box at the bottom of my closet. I never wear it. It reminds me that beauty is not everything. I got a job at a small coffee shop to earn my own money. My parents were proud to see me focused. They knew I had changed. I did not need a man to save me anymore. I was working hard to become a strong, independent woman.